Hello and welcome to Knit All the Yarn podcast. My name is Lisa and I live in Michigan with my husband and my kiddos. You can find me on Instagram and Ravelry as 72 Stitches. And this is episode 239. I got my coffee in my Scrappy Knitting Queen pumpkin spice creamer. Take a sip. Today is Friday, January 19th, 2024, and it is 8:41 a.m. and the current temperature is 14 degrees Fahrenheit. Feels like 2. I think I'm staying inside today. What do you think? It did warm up to like 26 yesterday, so I was able to get a walk in after lunch. It was cold, but yeah, only one walk this week. We'll talk about weather later. This is my YouTube channel where I share my knitting, crocheting, cross stitch, whatever crafty thing I'm up to. Today, it is all knitting. I will have the show notes right down in the description box, or if that's what it's still called. Click on the word more right underneath the title and everything should drop down for you. I'll have my whips in there, my finished objects, my reading and watching, all the links to all the things, patterns, bags, yarn, project pages on Ravelry. I also will have my Ravelry group down there. I am hosting 2 year-long knit-alongs this year. We'll see how this goes. Knit All the Scraps 2024 and Knit All the MKALs 2024. And the MKALs are Stephen West MKALs, mystery knit-alongs. I would like to knit all of them. This is my little motivation to remind myself to knit some this year. I'm not gonna knit, I think there's 14 total, and I have knit 3. I think I've knit 3. I don't know. But anyway, I'm not gonna knit all 14 this year. It's not gonna happen. I have gotten a big boost in subscribers, so hello if you are new. I think I should probably, I don't know, what do you guys think? Should I do like an Ask Me Anything? I've never done that before. I feel like sometimes my episodes are already pretty long, but maybe I'll sprinkle in some questions at the end. So let me know what you think, or if you have any questions, put them right down there in the comments. And we'll see how this goes. Yes, I have 1 finished object and 3 whips. And that is, if you didn't watch last week's episode, this is Henrietta, the emotional support chicken. I'm going to leave my Ravelry project page down below, and I'll have all the details, but I decided, some people said, put your chicken up there. So we'll see. I'm sorry if that's distracting. If it is, let me know and I won't put her there. She doesn't live right there. She lives by my chair next to me. But I decided to bring her up for the podcast. And I haven't worn this. I don't know why I don't wear this. I need to get this out more often. This is my Melting Marl scarf. I think it's a scarf by Stephen West. I used a ton of scraps. And, you know, I still have a ton after all this. I don't remember when I knit this. I put them in a rainbow order. Oh my. I probably made this in 2021. Pretty sure. Maybe 22. What is time? So yeah, it's like a big schlanket. I think you hold 2 strands of fingering weight together throughout the whole thing. I don't know what size I knitted on. My guess is probably 8. I know I have a project page on Ravelry for this. I don't think I linked it in my show notes, but if you're curious, search me up on the Ravelry. All right, did I say this is episode 239? I think I did. I don't know what's going on here. All right, looking at my notes. Oh, first, before we get started, I had some people email me, some people DM me. I don't get on Mustache's website very often because temptation. I'm trying to be good this year. But some people said that Mustache Yarn posted her Doctor Who colorway, which has all of the doctors with the stripes. And I was like, thank you. So I wrote it down here. I got the socks out. I'm not going to put them on blockers. I don't think I've worn these yet. I don't know what I'm waiting for. But here's the socks. So each color represents a doctor. I'm not going to go through the names of the doctors. I'll just go through the numbers. You can Google it. So I knew the yellow was the 13th doctor, which was Jodie Whittaker. I think that's her name. So that's the only one that I know of. I mean, I know David Tennant is number 10, right? Yeah, he's my favorite. Number 10, Tennant. He's the best. Okay, so we have 13. And you were right. Whoever said mentioned, like, if you, whoever, you knew this was 13, so just go down the line. But I didn't know which order they went in. So 13 was the yellow. And then we have 12, 10, 9, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9. Now this one was that speckly stripe with red. And that was the War Doctor. I don't know what that is. It says John, I wrote down John Hunt. Is it Hunt? I can't read my writing. It's either Hurt or Hunt. I don't know what that is. So that's the War Doctor. So then we have the pinky is 8. And then we have 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So that is the doctor number order. So out of the old series, Tom Baker, which is the 4th Doctor, which is the purple one, he is my favorite. Now I haven't watched all of them. I've watched up to, I'm still watching Doctor Who, but I watched some of them in the past, and I got up to the 4th Doctor. And yeah, so he is my favorite because of that scarf. If you know, you know. Someday I need to replicate that scarf, but we'll see. It's just garter, and it's a pretty long scarf, so it'd probably be very boring to knit. But anyway, so I thought I would share that. So thank you to all the people that emailed me and DM'd me on Instagram saying she posted the colors. So I did screenshot some of your emails so that I have it now. And I wrote it down on that sticky note. Okay, I think I said all my spiel. I think we can get on to finished objects. Socks, of course. Oh, these are pretty. They kind of go with my shirt. These are the Yarnable for January. And this is How Time Flies, which is accurate. I have no idea where I was. I had a stitch marker in there, but I took it out. Was I like 20 rows in the first sock? I don't remember, but they're done now. All of my socks are, the pattern is Vanilla Socks on Magic Loop by Kay of the Crazy Sock Lady. I do 12 rows of 2x2 rib because I don't like doing rib. And my socks don't seem to fall down. So I only do 12 rows. US 1.5, which is a 2.5 millimeter Magic Loop. I knit them cuff down, 64 stitches. If you are new here, I used to be a die-hard afterthought heel gal, but since the summer I switched and I'm like, I'm gonna give these a go, and now I can't go back to my afterthought heels. These are gonna be for me. I did 70 rows for the leg, and then I did my heel flap. Yes. I don't very often do like variegated socks. I love my self-striping. So that's why I got Yarnable, to get outside my comfort zone. I've been trying to knit them as I get them, and I've been doing pretty good. I think I started this in September. No, August. Well, I guess September maybe would have been my first one. I don't remember. It was August or September was when I started this club. I love it. All right, so that is my only finished object. All right, and my only sock whip. I think I feel all right. Is in my Mountain State Stitches bag. I love this bag so much. I think this was like one of my last purchases from Crazy Socks Lady's shop for summer sock camp at, I don't know, was it 2021? I don't remember, but it's my favorite. I use it all the time. It's my favorite bag. All right, I cast on some socks for my mom. I think I mentioned this, but I didn't have the yarn with me last week. Got out some Opal. Sweet Kiss is the, I don't know, the line, I guess, collection. The color is 11260. There we go. That's what it kind of looks like. And I have, here's the first sock. If you're curious about all my markers, I will link a video down below. There is my snowman progress keeper from Twin Mountain Handcrafts. Love them, absolutely love all of their stitch markers. So I just finished my gusset. Let's fold this in half so you can kind of see it. It's kind of awkward to show on Magic Loop. I wish I could do 9-inch circulars because it's easier to see, but there's my gusset. Maybe I need to show it this way. Work with me, sock. There we go. There's my gusset. I did 70 rows for the leg. These are going to be for my mom for Christmas. Working on her Christmas gift. That's right, I said Christmas for this year. This is her third sock. I'm going to make her one more. I usually make her 4 socks. So I'm just going to go ahead and cast on her socks pretty soon here. Maybe today, just get the cuff started. I love it. So I knit cuff down. And for the heel flap, I don't have, okay, so for the when I start my sock, I pull from the outside of the cake. And when I get to my heel flap, I pull from the inside. I keep my main yarn attached from the outside. Knit my heel flap, snip it, and then when I pick up my gusset stitches, I use the outside of the cake. If that makes sense. That way the stripes don't really mess up that much. I mean, this one and this one looks a little different, but that's because of my gusset stitches, I think. Or I'm still in a different repeat. I don't know. But, oh, I love these. So fun. And I do have the second sock cast on. I went ahead and caked this up and divided it in half so that I could start the next sock, and they're not going to match. So here's my cuff. I just got my cuff in 1 row, I think. Yep, a cuff in 1 row. So when I finish this sock, all those markers, I will take them off and put them on this one so that they match. And it's motivating to just keep on going. So this is my sock whip. my only sock whip. Here's the, yeah, it's not gonna match. Where is this? Maybe it's up here. I'm trying to see. Yeah, I bet it's up. It's right there on my sock. You can't see that. Can you see? Yeah, it's way up there. So I wasn't with Opal and some like self-striping that has a really long repeat. I don't bother matching. And I mean, Opal is usually pretty crazy where it doesn't matter. And my mom doesn't care. So that is my sock whip, my only sock whip. I'm going to cast on. I did wind up some yarn yesterday. I will show it here in a minute. It's not surprise. I bet you all know what color it is. If it's for my mom, I bet you can guess. Think about it. I'll show it here at the end. Hint, it is a commercial yarn. Okay, whip number 2. Oh, what's my shawl? Oh my gosh, you guys. This is in my giant Fates thread bag. Oh, I got my shawl out, guys. And I can't stop. I have like one more section and then it's more seed stitch, so. Well, that's right, it's not on needles right now. It's on a spare circular needle here. So this is my Marl Magic Shawl by Stephen West. This was one of his mystery knit-alongs. I think it was in 2017. That's what the pattern says on the bottom, 2017. I finished section 2, 3, and 4. I wasn't gonna finish section 4. I was just like, I'll start it. And I'm like, this is so easy, I'm just gonna keep going. And then 2 hours later, I was done. So there is my Stuart, also Twin Mountain Handcrafts. He's not holding still. Hold still so they can see you. I say, hold still. I just love the look on his face. He's shocked and awed. So I was there, so I did all of that. I finished it. I faded it from purple to purple. From purple, dark purple to light purple. And I did brioche. Look at this. I did brioche. Now, this might be cheating brioche because it's only one color. So I don't have to knit. I didn't have to knit two rows to complete one row. I think that's what it is for 2-color brioche, but oh my word, look at this. It's so squishy. A 2-color, or a, not 2-color brioche. It's 2 strands held together. I held one color all the way out, or one strand was the same color for the whole section, and then I sprinkled in some scraps. I went from dark to light. At least I tried. I mean, this one, hold still. This one right here probably should have been first, but it was a smaller ball, and I was trying to make sure that I got acquainted with the pattern before I had to like switch colors. But it was easy. It was not hard. He said, do the brioche or keep going with your seed stitch. And I'm like, not today. I need a break from the seed stitch. I can do the brioche. And I absolutely did it. All right, so that's section, so we have 1, 2, that's section 3. And then section 4 is this triangle right here. Now, after doing this and looking at it, I'm not worried about it, but I probably shouldn't have done green. I was having a really hard time figuring out what color to do because I had all of these colors. I had blue over here and I had green here, and I'm like, well, I'll do black and hold it with something. But I think it's fine. It's all right. So this is section 4. This is all garter, and there's some short rows. Easy. Yeah, and as I was going, the rows were getting smaller and smaller because he picked up stitches down here. I was like, I got this. I'm just gonna keep going. And I finished it before lunch. So, and this is Knitpicks Stroll Black, and oh, I don't know if it's mint or key lime, heather. I don't know. It's one of the newer greens, but oh, I love it. I should have done. Actually, no, I shouldn't have. I was thinking about doing black and pucker, but I think this next section that's going to be attached to here and here, it's going to go out. I think I'm going to do that one in pucker, but I got to figure out what color to hold it with. He suggests holding it 2 colors throughout the same section because it's not very big. Look at that mesh. Love it. So I'm getting close. So there's 6 sections if you want to do the medium size. If you want to do the large, it's 8. So I'm going to do all 8. So technically I am half done, but once I get the 5th section done that attaches here on the top, it's seed stitch. And if you were with me in the beginning, this section took me like 3 weeks to knit, 2 weeks maybe. I love how it looks. I don't like knitting it. It's really slow for me. Also, it hurts my hands, so I've been trying just to do like a little bit a day. I wish it didn't hurt my hands because I really love this thing and I really want to work on it. And it's very hard to stop and say, okay, you need to take a break. Here's the back. I don't know if I will fit in. Nope. There's a couple ends I need to weave in. I was going to do it, but I forgot. So there's the back. And this fun knot. We're going to do something fun with this later. I probably could do it at this point, but I don't think I'm gonna. I think I'll wait. So all those strings, you're gonna poke them out through the front. Right here is where they are. Right there. You're gonna poke them through the front and you're gonna do like a French braid. I'm excited for that. Yeah, so I'm using all scraps. Absolutely love this thing. I got a lot done this week. When it's like brioche and this, it didn't hurt my hands whatsoever. So I was thinking about not doing it and just doing like a garter, but the more I think about it, I mean, I like the way it looks, so I'm just gonna power through it. So I'll probably have section 5 done and part of section 6 done next time you see me. I'm tempted to I gotta dig through my scraps. I wasn't gonna work on this today, but now I really want to. I don't know, maybe I'll just start it. Oh, love it. And I'm using US 8s. Yep, 5mm. All scraps. Absolutely love it. It's like a rainbow barf shawl. I love it. Oh, that brioche. I am so proud of myself for that brioche. My favorite. All right, so there's 6 sections and then there's like 2 border sections to make it a little bit deeper. So I would love to have this done by February or in February, just for stash stats purposes. Each month I would like to have like a very large project. Henrietta was my January heavy project, 621 grams, because I stuffed her with yarn. All right, and now we have one more whip. My blanket. I got a lot. I picked the right mug today. I have my Scrappy shawl or scarf, my Scrappy shawl, and my Scrappy blanket. That's what we're going to show here. It's living right now in my Della Q bag. My rainbow one. This was a gift, but I believe you can buy them on Jimmy Bean's Wool. I don't know about this rainbow one, but they do have these snap bags. Snap, snap, snap. And I believe I did 3 squares. So my scraps might live in here until when the blanket gets too big. think I mentioned last week that I'm doing 12 squares across. This is the Coziest Memories by Kemper Ray. I'm doing a DK weight version. So I'm doing 20 by 20 stitches. That's not what the pattern says, but that's what I usually do for my fingering weight blanket. So 20 by 20 stitches on a US 4, which is a 3.5 millimeter needle. And I'm holding fingering weight double. Yep, I did 3 squares. This one was making me a little nervous. I was playing some yarn chicken, but I managed to do it. I'm like, oh geez. I thought I waited and it was enough, but this yarn is a little bit thicker, which means the yardage is a little bit shorter. And that was a Yarn Cafe Creations, or a Dragon Horde yarn. It's from one of my Harry Potter advents. The other ones, I have no idea. They're probably real ones. So I got those 3 done, and I have, after I get the 4 done, I weave in my ends. So those are woven. I believe I just worked on this on Sunday. Oh, it's so squishy. So it's 12 squares across. I decided was probably long enough. Not really my wingspan. Well, I guess if you stretch it, it's like that. So, not quite my wingspan, but I think I put it on my lap, on my chair, on my recliner, and it, you know, draped perfectly. So I think I'm just gonna just do that. You know, I might, you know, once I get to the square, I could always add on more to this because it's not finished. So if I change my mind, I can add a couple more squares. But we're 12 right now. Love this. And it's going to be really heavy because it's DK weight. Oh, I'm excited. Yep, and that's it. That's all I got. I was hoping, I wasn't hoping. This was my, like, comfort project if I was feeling stressed or if I wanted to buy yarn. So far it's working. I remember, I don't know if it was Saturday or Friday, it's like I really want to sign up for row 1 again. Nope. Work on your scraps. Also, after I finish my marled magic shawl, I'm going to make my daughter a chicken. My youngest. I asked my oldest if she wanted one, and she's like, I think I want to try to make my own. So I'm like, okay. She doesn't knit, she crochets. So she hasn't really looked for a pattern that I know of. She hasn't told me. So I'm going to make my youngest daughter first, and then if my oldest says, I can't find one, just make me one, then I'll make her one. But yeah, oh, chicken. But I was afraid that I was going to run out of scraps. I'm not going to run out of scraps, but I kind of want to finish that shawl first. That chicken only took me like 2 days, like solid 2 days. That's all I worked on. So it's a fast project. The second one, I'm not going to just like, I'll work on it for a little bit and do something else. I'm not going to power through it, but I was excited. When it's usually a project that I've never made before, and it's kind of, it's new. This is my first, like stuffed animal, knitted stuffed animal. I was just really focused, and it's like, I just want to work on this. I think I understand what's going on. I just want to keep going, so I don't, I'm afraid if I set it down, I'm going to forget where I was. So, yeah. The pattern has been updated, by the way. I think it was last week I got an update. So check it out. I know there were a few people that said there was a lot of errors in the pattern. I know one that got fixed. I don't know about the rest, but I'm excited to use the new pattern and knit it again and see if it's any better. I mean, I've already knit it once, so it's probably going to be easier. But, yeah. Okay, that's all my knitting. So we'll talk about reading and watching, life stuff, First we'll do my acquisitions, and then if you don't want to hear reading and watching and life stuff, you can leave. I mentioned I got my, actually first we're gonna do my next sock cast on. Have you had time to think about what sock it was? I said they were for my mother, and this is a color I knit her all the time. It's a commercial yarn. Are you ready? Are you surprised? I don't know how many pairs that she has in this color, but she's like, please make me more. I love this. It's hilarious that she probably has like 5 or 6 pair of socks just out of this color. And this is the West Yorkshire Spinners Silent Night. Figured I'd knit this while it's snowing and wintry out. And then after this, her Christmas present will be done. Oh, I'm so excited. I am on it this year. So then I just have to make my dad some slippers. I'm not sure when I'm going to do that. I know I like to have them done before summer sock camp because summer sock camp is for socks. Okay, I'm going to show my Freckled Whimsy. I hope you might have seen just a little flash of those. My Freckled Whimsy clubs. I have the A Christmassy Yarn Club. This is the second one, January 2024. And I also have the Harry Potter, I guess it's not Harry Potter. It's Harry Potter, but she calls it the Magical Mischief Club. And I have them both on DK. I'm looking at my, yep, they're both H stripes. The Christmas one, I think I'm going to stash away and save for a rainy day. Not for a rainy day, for Christmas time, because I don't have, I guess this will be my second skein of Christmas yarn. So I'm going to save it for like November, December time. All right, I'm going to show, let's show the Christmas one first. It's beautiful, I love it. Okay, if you haven't got these yet, look away. Okay, I'm going to show it. Oh, look at this. When I first saw it, it was giving me like fall vibes, but I'm seeing Christmas now. Got the gold and the green and the red. It has the mini. It's beautiful. Here's the name. Cozy Christmas Cuddles. Love it. So that's the Christmas one. All right, now I'm going to show the Magical Mischief one. I love this one, and you'll know why in a second. If you all know what my favorite color is. Okay, I'm going to show it. I mean, a lot of her colors, I'm like, I've been getting her clubs for a long time, and I absolutely love all of them, but this one's looking really familiar to me. I love it. It says Peeves the Poltergeist. So I don't know. I usually try to knit them in the month I get them, but I don't know. I really want to finish my mom's socks. Maybe I'll do this in January? Or not January, February? I know it's green. Whatever. We'll see. I'm really not, the Yarnable is the only one that I'm like, I really want to knit the month that I get it. And I already did that. So this one is maybe I'll knit it if I feel like knitting DK socks. That's probably what I'm going to make with it. So we will see. All right, that is my yarn. And it is, did I say it was the 19th? Yep, it is the 19th. We still have like a week and a half-ish left of January. And I am doing very well with my yarn buying. I've only bought three skeins. Well, I guess, I don't know. Are these count as skeins if it has minis? I don't know. I have just bought my 3 clubs this month, and I haven't bought anything else. I'm doing very, very well. All right, reading and watching, and they'll do life stuff. We're at 34 minutes. All right, We'll see how long I blather on. All right, reading. I have gotten back into reading. I think I've realized what was happening with my reading mojo. Okay. I don't know if all of you knew about Overdrive. That was an online, it's kind of like Libby, where you can check out books and audiobooks. I loved Overdrive so much. I used it all the time. It was my favorite. And then Libby came out and I tried to use it and I don't like it. I don't know what it is. It's not very user-friendly to me. I have a hard time. I like browsing through like new books or genres, and I feel like it's really hard with Libby to do that. Maybe they've changed it. I don't like using it. So last year, I think, Overdrive went bye-bye, and I was so upset. And I think that's why I stopped listening to audiobooks, because I used Overdrive to listen to my books. I do have Audible, but I only have so many credits, and I read more than 12 audiobooks a year. So yeah, I think that's what it was. Overdrive went bye-bye, and Libby took over, and I don't like it. But my library has a separate app. I think you can get books, ebooks, you can get movies, TV shows, audiobooks. It's called Hoopla, H-O-O-P-A, or is it L-A? It's probably H-O-O-P-L-A. And they give you six credits a month, kind of like Audible does, where you can just check out books, movies. We've watched a few movies on it before. Before COVID, they only gave you 4 credits, but now they give you 6, and they haven't taken that away yet, so I'm excited about that. So I love listening to books on there too. So I decided to get on there, and I found some books that I'm like, oh my gosh, I want to read these, and I couldn't find them at my library, and I didn't want to use the Audible credit, and I was so excited. So long story short, I started listening to some books on Hoopla. So I don't know if all libraries have that, but check it out. So the Percy Jackson books, do you guys remember those? I made the mistake of checking out. We have the collection 1 through 5 books. The first book, I'm like, when did the first book come out? It came out in 2005. What? So next year, it will be 20 years old. Ouch, that stung a little. I remember reading these books to my kids when they were really little. Oh, I loved them. So anyway, the author, Rick, I can't pronounce his last name. It starts with an R. You all know Percy or Percy, whatever you want to call it, Jackson. He's decided, I don't know if he's doing more. Like, I hope he does, because this book was so good. I loved it. I read it in like 3 days. 2 days. It's called The Chalice of the Gods. So it's number 6 in the series. I don't know how far he's going. I didn't really look into it too much, but... Oh, so he's older. He's like 18. 18? Yeah, I think he graduated high school. I don't know. You know how... If you read the books, it's like... He's in a weird school type thing. But I think he's trying to get into college. Some kind of college. So he's like 18, 19-ish. And I love him. I love them so much. And Grover, is it Grover? Pretty sure it's Grover. He is my favorite. The little centaur goat. I love hearing him eat like weird things. I love it. So I listened to that book. I am currently listening to Tress of the Emerald Sea. This is a Brandon Sanderson book, which is weird because it doesn't feel like him because he does a lot of sci-fi. But oh my gosh, this book, guys, I'm half done with it. This, if you like Princess Bride, that movie, go listen to this book. I'm not done with it. I don't want to recommend it just yet, but I am loving it. It is so good. So check that out. And I am still reading A Court of Mist and Fury on my Kindle. Okay, so we're going to have a chat about this. I think I only read on my Kindle like a chapter, half a chapter, depending how long they are, before I go to bed. So this book is taking me forever. I would like to continue with this series at a faster rate. So I'm not sure. I'm thinking about the third book, getting it on. Hoopla has this A Court of Thorns and Roses. They have all of those audiobooks on there. So I'm thinking about switching to audiobooks. But I need a book to read before I go to bed. So I'm conflicted what I'm going to do. I did end up purchasing the Court and Thorns and Roses and the Court of Mist and Fury. On my Kindle, I purchased them. They were like $8. I think all of them are like $8. So I'm unsure. I'm unsure what I'm going to do. Or maybe I'll just read them on my Kindle and take my sweet time. But the Fantasy Fangirls podcast is going to be doing that series next, starting in probably February, late February maybe. And they're going to talk about the whole series. And there's going to be spoilers. So I wanted to finish all the books before I listen to those podcasts. But at this rate, it might be like August before I can start listening to them. Maybe even the rest of the year. So maybe I'm just going to get a different book to read on my Kindle. I don't know. And I might have to check it. If I check it out from the library, depending on which library, I have like 2 libraries. I'm so lucky to have 2 library cards. One library lets me check out books for 3 weeks, and one lets me check out books for 2 weeks. Kindle books. So I'm afraid, like, if I get, maybe I'll just make sure it's a really short book that I check out from the library. Otherwise, my time's gonna run out on it, and my husband is using my Kindle too, so we have to like make sure it's like, all right, my book is due on the 20th. I'm not done yet. Do not download anything until I'm done with my book, because you can keep your library books as long as you turn your Wi-Fi off. You can keep your library book forever. So that's a tip. If you can't renew a book and it's due almost, turn off your Wi-Fi and do not turn it on until you're done with the book. And then when you turn the Wi-Fi on, it will return it and you can get a new book. I hope they never fix that hack, because it's a pretty good one. So that is my reading. Watching. My husband and I finished The Witcher Blood Origins. It's alright. I just like the original Witcher. And I am not going to enjoy the new Witcher. I'll probably watch maybe 1 episode or 2. But, no. If you know, you know. Let's see. That's on Netflix. And we're watching 6 Feet Under Season 3. Oh, I love that show so much. It's really, it doesn't seem like a show that my husband would like, but he's watching it with me, so. Season 3, I think there's 5 seasons of that. Pretty sure. And then this weekend we watched a movie, Rebecca. I think it was a Netflix original, Netflix film. It was 2020 it came out. Now, I suggest read the book. The book is so much better. I can't remember who reads it. It's Daphne. Oh, so it's a French lady, Daphne. It starts with an M. Last name starts with an M. I think you've all heard of it. It's a classic. It is so good. The movie was all right, but the book was better. You know how it is. And I am watching Doctor Who. I finished season 8, and I started season 9. And this is the 3rd Doctor. These are on Tubi. Tubi has Doctors 1 through 7, all of the episodes. So if you like Doctor Who and want to watch it, I suggest hopping over there. There are ads, but it is a free service, and I love it. We watched lots of Doctor Who this week. I think this Doctor has 5 seasons? 4 or 5, I don't know. But I'm loving it. I am now into the 3rd Doctor with the Daleks, and oh, I'm so excited. I love the Daleks. They're my favorite. All right, that's it for reading and watching. All right, love stuff real fast because we're at 46 minutes. I hope you're getting lots of knitting done. So last Friday when I recorded, we were under a winter storm warning. We were gonna get, it changed all the time. It was like 5 to 9, and then it was like 6 to 10, and then it was 6 inches, and we got about 8. We got about 8 inches. It didn't start snowing until like 2 o'clock. I think I mentioned this last time. The kids should have had school, but they didn't. It's okay. It was one of those things where the weather said it's going to start snowing at 9. And so the schools were like, okay, no, we're not going to try this. And then we woke up the next day and it's like, oh, it's going to be 2 o'clock now. So if they didn't cancel the night before, they probably would have had school. So we got about 8 inches of snow. We did not lose power. I was so excited because after that snow came, it got cold. Like, we had negative 20 wind chills. I think the worst I saw was like 21 or 22. Oh my word. I was so afraid our furnace was gonna quit working. When it gets that cold, I get real nervous. I'm like, oh no. And it's like the heater kicks on and it kicks off. And it's like maybe 5 minutes, 8 minutes, it's kicking back on. I'm not looking forward to our heating bill this month. But yeah, we had a wind chill advisory for like 3 or 4 days. So Monday was a holiday. It was Martin Luther King Jr. Day. So the kids did not have school. My husband did not have work. So we just chilled. We didn't go anywhere that weekend. We just stayed home. So yeah, it was really cold on Monday. Tuesday, the wind chill was still bad, so they canceled school on Tuesday. And the wind chill was still bad on Wednesday, so they canceled school. So I was like, my kids were driving me crazy. If it was just me by myself, I would be happy as a clam, just sitting, knitting, and watching some TV, listening to some books, watching some podcasts. But oh my word, my kids, they were they were excited to not go to school, but they were bored by like day 3 of this snowstorm. They couldn't go outside because obviously it's negative 20 out. They were getting a little stir crazy. But then once school came back, school resumed on Thursday. They were not happy to go back. So I don't know. Yeah, so they used 3 snow days of the 6 that they get this year in one storm. So we'll see what happens the rest of the school year. Actually, we've been pretty lucky. Usually we have like a snow day in December, sometimes November, but we didn't this year. So yeah, they have 3 more days. And then after that, if there's any more, they have to make them up at the end of the year. It's not like if they use them all, then if there's like a 12-inch snowstorm, they have to go. It's not like that. They'll just have to make them up at the end of the year. So we'll see. Probably should mark on the calendar the snow days so I know how many there is. yeah, so that's the weather report. It's cold. I think I told you in the beginning it was 14. Feels like 2. I think it's gonna start warming up. I think we're gonna get like mid 30s. Like it's gonna get above freezing next week. So all the snow we're gonna get is gonna melt. So it's all gonna be sloshy and slushy. Yeah, so that's that. I think that's it for life stuff. I have a dentist appointment next week. Yuck. Just a cleaning. Cross your fingers for me for no cavities, because February is going to be a not so fun month because I'm on jury duty for a couple weeks. If I have a cavity, I'm not going to be able to get it filled until I have no idea, because I don't know how this, I have not been on a case for jury duty, but I have went. Sometimes you go and they're like, okay, the case is going to start this time. Not the actual day that you go. So, I don't know. I'm dreading that. Cross your fingers for me, please. Please. Send out the vibes that they don't need me. That I don't have to go. I mean, don't have to go at all would be excellent. But that only happened once out of the 6 times that I've been called. So maybe we'll get lucky, and whatever case they have in February, they will settle it and they won't need a jury. Anyway, I don't want to talk about that too much, but that's on my mind. It's stressing me out a little bit. It is what it is, I guess. So I hope you are all doing well. I hope you got a lot of knitting done watching me talk about my yarny stuff and ramble. If you think I should do an Ask Me Anything segment, let me know and pop a question in the comments. I'll try to like copy and paste and put them somewhere so that I remember. I feel like my episodes are already so long. I don't know how I'm gonna do this. I don't know if I'm gonna get bombarded with like 80 questions or if it's gonna be like 5. Yeah, I feel like my episodes are already long enough to add an Ask Me Anything segment, but maybe I'll do a bonus episode? I don't know. Let me know. Let me know what you think. Thanks for watching. Thanks if you are a new viewer. I hope you stick around. Like and subscribe. Ring the bell if you want to be notified if and when I post new episodes. I'm usually Monday morning at 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time is when I publish my episodes. But if you want to ring the bell anyway, go for it. And hopefully I will see you next week. Bye.